Hey guys, this is Bear. Today I've got something new to show you. A clever little device that does just about everything you'd need for it to do on the golf course. It's a shot tracker, GPS rangefinder, swing analyzer, and mobile phone app. This is just the type of device a mid-handicapper like me needs to start seeing some real improvement in my game. In this video, we take a look at the PIQ Sport Intelligence sensor for golf. Let's get out of bounds. Hey guys, this is Bear and this is Degenerate Golf, my journey to improve golf. It's been a while, so thanks for sticking around. I'm back and I'm excited to take a look at something new. I'm playing off about 10 right now, so every time I go out to golf, I try to pick the brains of the better golfers around me just to figure out one key thing. How did you go from a mid-handicap to finally breaking that barrier, getting into the single digits and shooting into the 70s? The one thing that's a common theme of everybody that I ask is generally you have to know your swing. That specifically speaks to technique. So I've got in my hand a clever little gadget that I think will help mid-cappers start fine-tuning that swing technique. In my hand, I've got the PIQ Sport Intelligence sensor, specifically for golf. So what I find interesting about this sensor is that it really tries to do everything you need it to do on the course in one little package. So you're going to be familiar with a lot of the things you see here in the PIQ sensor. We've got the RFID tags that are used to track shots directly to the sensor. If I touch it to the PIQ sensor, I'm going to get a reading for my 8-iron. What they call the PIQ robot, or the sensor that goes on your glove, is a very small form factor that doesn't get in the way. It's very easy to keep on your glove. It doesn't obstruct your swing. But they've done a couple things that are particularly clever. The one thing I want to show you is that they provide you with the sensor what they call the PIQ fuel pack. You would take your sensor, and you see how thin of a form factor that is, and you would mount this to the USB device. You could plug this into your USB adapter to charge the PIQ robot. However, it's called the PIQ fuel for a reason, and when you're out on the course and away from your USB adapter, the PIQ fuel serves as a power bank. It provides you 3 recharges of your PIQ sensor. So for me, that's a particularly clever thing that PIQ has done with this device. Not only is this a shot tracker that allows you to tag your clubs to each shot through the PIQ sensor and the club tags, it's also a rangefinder and distance tracker that provides you distance to the green directly to your PIQ robot. And then finally, one of the most interesting things to me is that it's a swing analyzer. The PIQ robot provides you a PIQ score that is essentially a metric built up of 3 measurements in your swing: club path, ball head speed, and tempo. Those are the things that I think a mid-handicapper can use to try to improve in the smaller areas and shave the keystrokes. So when you first go into the smartphone application here that I've got on my S8 smartphone, at the bottom you'll see it gives you 2 options for gameplay: driving range and start game. What I want to show you today is the driving range application. This is the gameplay application that you'll use in practice mode. Syncing your club to your PIQ robot game sensor allows you to track your practice shots and get your metrics for each swing. Now, unfortunately, I don't think PIQ allows you to maintain a database of your swings, but at least temporarily in that session, it provides you each of the shots at the top of the screen. So what I want to do is I'm down here on my makeshift practice mat. Using my 8-iron, I'm going to take a few swings on an artificial mat with some artificial balls to give you an idea exactly what the PIQ sensor does. So let's go ahead, as we did before, tap the 8-iron. We get the 8-iron registered with the sensor as well as with the application, and now we can start swinging away. Let's try not to put a hole in the Empire State Building over there. Since I've started this channel, I've gone from about a 15.6 to about a 10.3. I haven't been able to play a lot of golf in the past year, but the things that I've been working on are exactly what this sensor is tracking for me. Alright, we've taken a few swings with my 8-iron and the PIQ sensor, and as you can see here on the top, it's tracked shots 1, shots 2, and shot 3. It's also very easy to just pull another club, tag your sensor, switch your club, and continue practicing. Shot 1, I've got a total PIQ score of 5,400 out of 10,000. So that's not very good. Of course, I'm down here in my basement. I'm trying not to swing too hard or too loud because I don't want to break anything and end up a divorced single dad. The PIQ score is made up of those 3 measures that we were looking at: swing plane, speed, and tempo. But the first thing it shows you when you look into the analytics is your swing position. Now my swing plane for shot 1 is very much outside. My club head speed exactly on average at 70 miles per hour for an 8-iron. And my swing duration. It has the swing duration, the backswing duration, and the downswing duration, which led to a ratio value of 2.9 to 1, which for me is spot on. So let's take a look at shot 3 and see exactly where some of the improvements are. So as you can see in the blue, which is tempo, my tempo is spot on. My speed has some room for improvement, and my swing plane in this particular shot isn't dramatically bad, but I can still improve that. So my total score was at 6692. That's in relation to the 5,400, so I improved on that swing. My swing plane position went to green, so it has gone from very much outside to just slightly outside, which is good. My club head speed is at 75 miles per hour, and my duration is at 2.7 to 1. So the value I see in these sort of statistics is the ability to be able to make slight and nuanced changes in your swing. To be able to say at a 2.7 to 1 ratio, I still want to slow it down a little bit to see if I can get to a 3.1 to 1. And now if I can learn how to slow it down, maintain that tempo, but be able to manipulate it so that you can create the shots you want to get into position or hit the shots you need to get out of trouble. Now, even though I know that GPS, distance tracking, rangefinders are sort of a ubiquitous golf device at this point, I still took the PIQ out on the course to see exactly what it offered in terms of the rangefinder. First, you have to go into the Mobitee app. I chose for the sensor to deliver me middle of the green as opposed to front or back of the green. Now, what you have to do on the course is ensure that the Bluetooth-enabled device that you're paired with, i.e. your smartphone, is on your body so that you don't lose connection. Then you have to press the red button in order to get the reading to distance to green. Now, as you're going around the course, you get the same swing analytics that you do when you're on the driving range. But all in all, it's a great device. It does exactly what a shot tracker does, and it gives you the added bonus of swing analysis on each one of your swings. Now, if you put together swing analysis and shot analysis, you really should be able to start finding those areas that you can save strokes. So that's the PIQ Sports Intelligence sensor for golf and the Mobitee phone application. And I think a device like this with the swing analyzer both in the driving range and on course can really help people who may be feeling like they've plateaued or want to break through a barrier really identify areas through the PIQ swing analysis and the shot tracker where they can truly focus their efforts and target some of their practice. But if you're in the market for a shot tracker, it's worth your while to take a look at the PIQ robot. It is a worthy shot tracker, but it also provides you so many more things that the value for money truly has to be considered. This is Bear, this is Degenerate Golf. Let's stay out of bounds.